Alrighty guys, so what I had to do is I had to crimp these terminals down a little bit in order for them to fit on these new switches that I bought, also from Wish. And I'm going to go ahead and do some crimping. And what I'm doing is I'm making a terminal for the switch here, so I can make this ceiling fan have a on-off switch, and that's the whole goal here. So get some red tape here, and I'm going to tape up the metal, exposed metal on this wiring. Just so we want the flow of electricity to go where we want it to go and not jump our wiring type of thing. Put a little extra on the bottom so the terminal doesn't come off. And then take our switch, plug that guy in, and she's there. And you only got to do one side of the wire. I always do the positive. And then obviously you take this end and you got to put some wire in it and run it to your power source. And this is a 12 volt fan. Perfect for off the grid homesteading, and these fans are awesome. Get them on wish.com. They're very cheap, and they move a whole ton of air, and you don't need an inverter on your off the grid solar system to use these suckers. So this guy is done. You can hang it from here, and then I can put the blades in. And I'm definitely putting one back in the storage area. The only thing is, I hope the vibration of this thing does not bring down the lumber that is going across my back storage area. The lumber that's back there is just a 1x2, and we'll see. I don't want to damage one of these things, so I definitely need to put almost like a ceiling. I almost got to put that other ceiling tile up and run all my stuff into that back storage area. But I don't have the lumber for that. So we'll see what I can do. I want to get at least a couple of these running just to try them and go from there. Alrighty guys, so I mounted that 12 volt fan, and I think it's in the off position. And what I want to do is just try it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the loads on my MPPT, and I'm going to take the negative and positive and hook them onto the bus bars back here that you probably won't be able to see. So I'm just going to take the positive clamp, obviously, positive to positive, negative to negative, and we're going to try this out. Now, I'm going to activate right now the load, and oh, I guess it was on. And wowza, that works pretty good. Now it's drawing 1.9 amps, so 2 amps on the load end, and that's a pretty decent airflow actually. I may even keep this guy back here as opposed to hanging up a ceiling fan in here, because this thing works fairly well. What I'm going to do though is probably raise it up and possibly redirect it downwards so it's got better airflow. It throws a lot of air. It runs fairly silent, as you can see, and much needed for air circulation in the tiny house. So I'm just trying to think best options. I'm thinking maybe up there pointing down. What do you guys think about that? As long as I'm out of the way of the wires and everything else, because this has a pretty large span for the blades, and I don't really want to screw that up, so we shall see. Let me mess around with it for a little bit and we'll see what happens. But first, let's go ahead and drop the load. I'll shut it off. There we go. And let's tilt this thing up, see what I can do for mounting this beast. So I could do something like, if I mounted it down and out, I just got to be careful of that, the wire though, right? So this wire is hanging in behind it. If I strap that wire back so it's not gonna mess around, I can even strap it to the gas pipe up there. Just go across that maybe? Yeah. Actually have it out further back over this way. I think I'm gonna do that. So you guys hold on, I'm gonna mount this up.